All right, so today for Cardinal Fast Five, we're lucky to have a special guest. We've got Dr. Sean Sullivan, Associate Vice President, Director of Athletics, and he's going to join us for a few quick questions. So I'll dive right into it. Okay, so you went to UC Santa Cruz, and their mascot is the banana slug. What is a banana slug?
You're going to start me off with a question from botany class. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Back in the day when I went to UC Santa Cruz, the mascot of this Division III school in Northern California is the banana slug. And it's pretty much what you'd expect it to be. It's this little yellow colored slug that happened to be kind of predominant throughout the campus. They're found primarily in kind of forested areas and cooler climates, and that's what Santa Cruz, California is. Interestingly enough, when the student athlete population started playing Division III sports at Santa Cruz in the 80s, the chancellor of the university said, well, we need a mascot and it will be the Seals. And the students revolted. And regardless of the fact that Santa Cruz having the official mascot of being a seal,
Right.
at all the sporting events, the students would cheer for the Slugs, and they'd wear, slug costumes. And it would get outrageous. And so eventually the chancellor relented and changed the mascot officially to the Banana Slugs.
Oh. Well, okay, that makes me feel better that the students wanted it and it wasn't some sort of imposed type, because, banana slug is not particularly intimidating necessarily.
It's not, but it's received a great deal of fanfare over the years with, Pulp Fiction, of course. And
Right.
It's been voted best mascot in the NCAA a number of times. And
one of the big things that falls under your umbrella is kind of managing some of the development projects and the improvements to our facility. And three that I know about that I've, in just my brief time back at Catholic were, the new football office and men's and women's basketball office in the locker rooms that went with that. And I know right before I got there, we got the new turf on the football field and redid the press box. And then also Carlini Field and surrounding structures around that, which is really beautiful. But being in DC and knowing DC politics, I want to get from you which one of those projects required the least number of permits from the DC people.
The least number of permits. I will speak very carefully.
Yes, this is recorded.
This is being recorded. This is a politically, infused question.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously, the smaller the project, the smaller or the less involved the city becomes. So the press box, and since we were replacing the turf at Cardinal Stadium, it didn't necessarily require, the litany of permits that other projects do. So, I mean, obviously, Cardinal Stadium, a smaller project, didn't really affect our inside structures like the locker room project did, the office project did.
Right.
So I would say Cardinal Stadium.
Okay.
I think we're still signing off on Carlini Field permits, 2 years in, but.
That thing is just so awesome. It's just so, you walk up the hill and you kind of look back out over the campus and it's like, you could see the dome of the shrine from there and you could see into Maryland. I mean, it's so cool.
Yeah, we're very, very proud of it. Very fortunate to have the opportunity to utilize it.
Okay, so you have not always been in athletic administration. As a matter of fact, you were an extremely young head coach to Division III level. I think before you were 25 at your alma mater. Is that right? You became head coach? Or
I graduated from college at 21 in May, and that August I was hired at 21 to coach the guys I had just played with.
Oh my gosh.
That was a brutal experience, Coach, let me tell you.
I can't imagine it. Yeah. So how did you transition from coaching to administration?
Well, I mean, admittedly, I was really young when I got started, probably a bit too young, and it was hard. I was not the greatest coach right outside of the box. We eventually, our teams got better and I became more confident, but it was rough at the beginning coaching my former teammates. So those first few years, I mean, they dragged on and they were very trying, on me personally. And so, after 5 or 6 years of it, I just kind of said to myself, I love college athletics and I want to stay involved sometime, to some degree. But maybe coaching isn't necessarily what I want to do full time forever. And so I
Right.
started trying to help out with the administrative pieces throughout the department. Actually did some, even at age 25, 26, some internships with local high schools to get more administrative experience. And that just kind of developed a path that coaching moved off to the side completely, and I became a full-time administrator.
I can't imagine. It's a little different going from captain of the team to coach of the team in at like essentially the same age.
Yeah, I was not I was not well prepared. Um,
Yeah.
I wanted the guys to respect me. So, what do you do when you're a bit insecure about your coaching capabilities and you want people to respect you? You yell and you yell
Right.
louder and you
Oh
yell
yeah.
more frequently. So it didn't go over very well the first couple of years, but
Okay, last question. So, since we've been in the stay-at-home orders, I ask everyone this one: what is something positive that you've really found in this time? And usually, I try and make it something that people found sort of surprising that there actually was a positive coming out of this.
surprising. Um, well, I think it's really easy as professionals just to get laser focused in on your job, and anything that distracts you from your focus, doing work, getting to the office, working with our teams, working with our programs, anything that gets in the way of that, you start at times to get a little frustrated with, uh, one more thing that I have to do. Oh, I
Right.
have to spend more time here. I have to, watch the kids, or rather than just being their dad, I have to watch
Yeah.
the kids. But the truth of the matter is, and it's been a really positive and refreshing kind of awakening, so to speak, is that I finally figured out that I'm fortunate enough to get to do this. I get to spend time with my kids. I get to be their dad,
Right.
and that's really wonderful. And it's something that can be easily forgotten about and not considered. But these are important years, at least in my family and all
Oh
families.
yeah.
And I'm really ultimately glad I get the chance to spend more time with them.
As crazy as it is, I know for the kids, this will be a time that they'll all remember as like, oh, do you remember during the pandemic when Dad was in the office all the time and we drive them, like they'll be talking about it at family events forever. I know it.
I don't miss driving down New Hampshire Avenue every
No, that has been a huge plus. The gas budget has really, if some other things have gone up, like the food budget, but the
Oh
gas
yeah.
budget has gone down.
Yeah.
So, well, thanks so much, Sean. Great to catch up with you, and I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Stay healthy, okay?
We'll